So I apologize for the volume in advance, but these are like straight out of the oven tracks, so these are unbounced, and yeah, so you're gonna have to deal with that, unfortunately. I love you. Should work. Alright, I love that. Are your ears bleeding, or is it just me? You know what I'm saying? Also, try to humanize your drum tracks as much as possible. See how this variation in velocity, it's makes me happy. Look at that. Some of them you're just gonna have to kind of eyeball, but that's kind of the point of gain staging. It's not supposed to be, perfect, but it's like, you gotta produce with the next step in mind. You might hear like on the left and right channel of the speaker that it may not be balanced or even. That's not okay. That's also something you're supposed to fix in gain staging. So, but either way, I'm not gonna fix it. So thanks. There's my lovely crush. Oh hey, oh hi. Perfect example actually. Now that we're here, some of these samples weren't originally the ones I was going to hone in on. So this was gonna be my last snare, but that would have been stupid because the snare I had before was a Lin drum, and it was a pretty big sound. It didn't complement the rest of the mix, and I could play that briefly right now. Um, and if I got lazy in editing and decided to not do that, then forgive me. But just take my word for it, or not. It's cool. I'm just trying to help. So some of them have pre-mixed in reverb. I know you're not supposed to just smack reverb on the tracks, but unless it sounds like shit, and if it sounds like shit, then it's probably shit, unless that's what you're going for, because distorted's in right now, my guy. Like, lo-fi gets you bitches out here. I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave that the fuck right there, because I don't like the way I don't like its attitude. Let's check the low end, though. Yeah, look at this fat fuck right here. All that low end. If you don't gain stage that right, it's gonna eat up the perceived loudness of your track. And then in mastering, it's gonna be a bitch to try and make up for all that sub down there. Alright, let's get these risers out of here. See how some of them are running a little too hot? Compressor would have hit those and they would have treated them like them both differently. That's why it's good. Get them at the same level, man. As much as you can. It's called being organized. And yeah, a lot of this stuff is MIDI. So yeah, not everything needs to be played live, but it's always good to put in that effort. But sometimes if it works, it works. I don't know why a consumer would give a fuck. But what we did was we played it live, and from that point, we went ahead and put the demo in the project. I'll show you that at some point. Not right now, though, because Papa's a little tired. You know, I just don't like when people would boost up their high end and expect it to sound professional. No, man, like it's weird. God, I'm like, it's the mic that they're using. It's not the mixing method. They're scamming you, bro. When they're like, oh, you need these plugins to make it sound like sharp and sheen and really clean and stuff. I'm like, man, it's because they're using a $1,200 and up dollar microphone at least, my guy. That's where they're getting that. That's where it's capturing those frequencies. It's because there's a tube in that microphone, my guy. It's not because of a plug-in. It's not because of some sort of magic sauce or like they're just scamming you. They are scamming you. I think this is like day 5 of this shit. So let's go ahead and just get into it. Yeah, we're gonna add some dimensions on this and figure out why it still hurts my ears. I think there's just too much saturation, so I'm just gonna see what that's about. This shit just needs some glue, honestly, because like before I add anything crazy into this, any dimensions, which is just jargon for like my reverbs and delays and such. I need to glue all this together before anything, so let's see. I'm gonna show you my jank ass way of doing it. Honestly, I kind of want to add glue to the drums first. Nah, it's fine. I'm good. It's fine. I'll just add like some bus glue to everything. This compressor is crazy aggressive, so like I honestly just like I don't I don't overthink anything. It's actually hilarious. I just use presets and then go from there. Sometimes. Depends. But in this case, I think it's fine. Alright, let's blast our ears out. Just want the drums to peek out a bit more. It's real subtle, nothing crazy. Just adding a couple dB off, but I think I'm gonna saturate the drums a bit more, so just to give them a little bit of character, just to pinch off the tip of the shit. Jesus Christ. Let's EQ. Getting pushed up because there's a little bit of a dip here, so I'm trying to bring out some of the subs down here. See, look at all those. That kick could be a little sexier though, so give it something. Yeah, that's pretty sexy. Alright, now let's get rid of those little high-end piece of shits here. There's like a weird phasing issue there. I don't know what that was, but hopefully that fixed it. Nah, it's a misaligned saturation. I'll just take it as a sign to not do that. Or I'm gonna add some other form of distortion or saturation, but I know I'm not, so. See, now from there we can see what's still sticking out. And I know that vocal's still harsh, so I'm not gonna deal with that till last, because I don't fucking feel like it, but I want to take care of the drums first, because the drums are just as important as the vocals, or whatever. The drums were sounding. Yeah. These guys are disgustingly harsh. Double that. Be sure. Do something else and go back to that later. Technically match this better. We'll just sprinkle in a bit. Small seasoning, nothing crazy. You know what I should do? I should put that on the para. Yeah. Oh yeah. This shit is very noisy, very loud, but very rough, very hard sonically to deal with. And normally, no, there is no normal. This is just abnormal as hell. But I'm gonna try and treat it the same way I would treat any vocal processing chain, and let's see how that goes. Sounds pretty good, in my opinion. It's a little small, but I think I want it to be like a little dot in the center of this whole thing, because I kind of want to make it trippy. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Delays first. So I already kind of have a delay in there, and normally when I try to record with the small delay first, so like a small room sound or something like that, so that way I can move on to a medium room with the third pass of this, and then I can move up here to when I treat the entire group, and then it'll be like a large room. That's how I'll stack on top of it, so that way it sounds more realistic. It's actually happening, you know? But I'm just gonna go straight intuition on this one, because it's already kind of not, you know, grounded in a way. So let's see how much we can explore. Like that. I'm gonna use Replica here, this plugin, as a reverb. You'll see. Kind of like that. It's very tucked in. I get. I'm gonna work with it. It's pretty sexy to me. It's like a nice plate, almost plate verb. Alright, I think these instruments need a reverb that's a little more warm, so I'm gonna go ahead and get Valhalla on that. So I'm like adding Effect Rack's little filter. I know it's not supposed to use it. I don't know, but I always feel like this just works better than just EQing out the lower the high frequencies. You know, I don't know why. I just always felt like it. It's literally, it just feels like it, sounds like it. This thing needs something for the noise in the back. So I just kind of want the transients, because I feel like it could muddy up this shit. What do I normally put? I put something funny on it, something silly. Something I put on for guitar. I think it's in utility actually. No, it's not this one. Something like that. Haha. Dope. Looks like I gotta automate. definitely still need to EQ the reverb and the dimensions of this place to make sure it all fits. And then I need to go over like the finishing touches and details. But overall, I would probably send this out as like a first mix. Just, like honestly, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I leave a little bit of like imperfections in there just so they can catch it. And then, let me see if I missed anything else. Then, it's always cool when they're like, "Hey, you missed this," and I'm just like, "Oh, sorry, I'm a fucking idiot." But it's pretty cool as is. Second mix is where I tend to aim for the perfection of it. Second mix is usually where we go, "Yep, that's it. That's the one." So yeah, let's go ahead and write notes because, yep, add dimensions. Did that. So EQ dimensions. Yep. And then we go over final touches, so like automation and such. Automation, etc. Then we should pretty much be able to ship off to mastering after that. So yeah, thanks for watching yet again. I love you.